And I want to ask you, in the Mistress's Daughter, which is about you, your adopted family, and your birth parents, I'm wondering how you, as a narrator, um, how you redefined your sense of self, because you, as a narrator, were a character in the events.
Yeah, I mean, in a funny way, I thought of it very much as a story about people I never knew in a life I never lived. So I didn't think so much about what my role as narrator or character was. I think if I had it, honestly, I would be able to write it. I'm used to being like a 50-year-old guy. That's who I'm mostly narrating as. I would have the idea of me, if anyone actually knew what I was like narrating a book, I would scream hysterically and run out. Not possible.
Interesting. Francine, I have a question. Of all the people in the Muse book, which woman were you most drawn to? What's the one that you would have made into a character in a novel?
Oh, Lee Miller, for sure.
And why?
Why? Because she had the most, for one thing, she was the most, well, that's not quite true. She and Suzanne Farrell were the most gifted. But she had the most amazing, dramatic, glamorous, courageous, tragic, I mean, to start off as a fashion model and then, come back from Paris. Actually, she started off just as a beautiful young woman. Went to Paris, came back, almost got hit by a car, got dragged to safety by a guy who turned out to be Condé Nast, who said, well, come up to the Apples, model for the greatest fashion photographers, decided it wasn't enough, went to Paris, became man race, lover, learned everything there was to learn, left him after 3 years, married an Egyptian, got bored, became a Vogue photographer and covered World War II and the liberation of the concentration camps for Vogue magazine, which published those photos before. At the time when the New York Times was still saying, oh, well, I don't know about those concentration camps, sounds a little weird. Vogue said, we'll publish them. And then married, unfortunately, a surrealist painter who said to her, who said in his memoir something like, well, photography and gourmet cooking have always been passions of the Lees. And her life ended kind of miserably, and the only way we know about